Okay, it's 16:05 here in Helsinki, Finland, so I guess it's time to start. I want to inform everyone that this meeting is recorded, and the recording will be posted on our speaker's YouTube page, so the link will be shared to everyone who signed up for this meeting. So my name is Dimitri. I am a co-founder of Your Peer Network, a professional network which connects experts with speakers, with learners, and our today's expert is Evgeny, who is a professional case coach who have helped hundreds of people to prepare for consulting interview in top 3 companies, McKinsey, Bain, and BCG. So the format of today's meeting is that we will start with a short presentation and then we can go to your individual questions. We also received a couple of questions in advance of this call, so we would ask those as well. Without further delay, Evgeny, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much. Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Evgeny Lugachev, and I am a career consultant with over 6 years of experience. I know that most of you are here today because you want to land a dream job in consulting, and I will be happy to share some insights into this review. Please, next slide. Yeah, this one. Thank you. As you can see, I have got wealth of experience solving business cases. To be exact, I have solved more than 1,500 cases. I guess it could easily be more than 2,000 by now. Thanks to my help, more than 250 candidates got their dream jobs. Now, for example, a very hot area for consulting is the Middle East, which I am actively preparing candidates for. Next slide. I have divided my presentation into 3 main parts. I will start off by explaining what case interview is. Then I will go on to talk about how to prepare for it. Finally, I will offer you some tips and tricks that can help you pass it. Next slide. Statistically speaking, 90% of all consulting companies conduct case interviews as the main way to select people. Typically, there are 2 parts. The business case part, which lasts 45 minutes, and the fit part, which will run for the remaining 15 minutes. However, there are exceptions because your interviewer is a person, not a machine. And like with any person, his or her behavior is not always easy to predict. For instance, the interviewer could ask you about your skills and experience for the whole hour, and then for the next 15 minutes you go through the business case. Next slide. Let's go deeper into what the business case part actually is. In the business case, you are given a problem-solving task, which has something to do with either optimizing the client's costs or building a strategy for their revenue growth. You should decompose the problem using the following 3 stages: information collection, information analysis, and giving recommendations. Next slide. Information collection involves looking into the case background and drawing a structure for information gathering. In my course, I provide a detailed framework on how to professionally make this structure. Here's an example of such framework. For instance, you have to find the reason why profit fell, so you should divide the profit into its components, namely revenue and costs. The revenue should be split into revenue streams and costs into COGS, which stands for costs of goods sold, and SG&A, which is basically selling general administrative expenses. After that, you should look at these components in terms of dynamics and within their shares in total revenue and costs. It helps to understand where the greatest effect was. Next slide, please. This one, yeah. As for information analysis stage, It could involve, for example, calculating the net present value for your initiatives, which is basically equal to the sum of investments with minus and discount cash flow. Next slide. In the end, you give your recommendations, which include answers to the main questions of the case, main risks, and the plan for future steps. Next slide. Moving forward, let's consider the fit part of the case interview. At this stage, you are asked questions of two different types. The first one is questions about background, your background, exactly. Then it is questions to the interviewer. Here you have two main tasks. Firstly, you need to demonstrate the skill set and experience necessary for this role. Secondly, you need to show your motivation to work in this company, bridging your values with their core principles and culture, or with some specific facts about this company, like Advanced McKinsey's expertise in AI, which grew into their own AI project named Quantum Black. Now that we have discussed the general gist of the case interview, let's explore the importance of the case interview for consulting. Next slide, please. So, why, unlike other companies, interviews in consulting companies are always in the case interview format? This is because your future employer wants to see two things. One of them being your ability to solve project problems. It is crucial because consulting is one continuous project activity, and the business case simulates your conversation about the client's project with the manager. In other words, you can imagine this is a solution to a certain demo project. The other reason is that they want to identify if you are experienced, skilled, and motivated enough to work effectively in such a stressful environment. Moving forward, let's consider how to prepare for the case interview. Next slide, please. The process of preparation should be divided into two parts, theoretical and practical. The theoretical part of preparation consists of two stages. Before case practice, you will learn general theory about how to prepare for the case interview. Then, based on the received feedback, your previously solved cases should be refined to perfection. The second stage allows you to convert quantity into quality. As a case coach, I have more than once met candidates who failed to do that. I'd like to tell you about two candidates I prepared. One of them only solved 20 cases together with me, while the other had already solved 100 cases, give or take, before the start of our sessions. I can say that the former did just as well as the latter, despite solving much fewer cases. So, quantity does not always mean quality. Within the practical part of preparation, there are only two ways: practice with case partners, practice with case coaches. Given the opportunity, you had better work with a case coach because of three reasons. Case coach will give you a competent feedback since he or she understands what the interviewers are looking for. Case coach will focus on your personal weaknesses. And last but not least, case coach is motivated to make sure that you will receive the offer, unlike the case partners, since quite often they are your direct competitors. Shifting gears, let's discuss tips and tricks which could help you pass the case interview. Next slide, please. Yeah, this one. As I have mentioned before, case interview consists of two parts, namely business case and fit. Therefore, there are specific tips and tricks for each of these parts. Let's start with case part of the interview. In the first 10 to 15 minutes of the case, try to do your best because the interviewer usually decides in the beginning if you are a good fit for this role. Any structures during a case should be presented in the structural way, because this is the best method to communicate your ideas clearly. Try to maintain a dialogue with the interviewer rather than monologue, because this will demonstrate that you are a team player and not a solo player, which is extremely important in consulting. Moving forward, let's consider tips and tricks for the fit part of the interview. Here we have 3 main points as well. When answering questions about your experience, remember that the interviewer is most interested in your skills rather than projects you have done. Be structured in your answers, but within reason. Structure will help the interviewer better understand your message, but if your answers sound too formal, it might come across as robotic. Try to relax and be natural. In the fit part of the case interview, your personality is assessed. They want to find out if you have personal qualities needed for consulting. When I prepare my students for this part, I always make sure to teach them how to establish rapport and break the ice with the interviewer. In order to do so, you need to strengthen your back, keep your hands at chest level, keep eye contact with your interviewer, and smile. In wrapping up, we can name 3 key takeaways. Firstly, it is crucial to perfect the previously solved cases based on the received feedback. Secondly, pay special attention to the first 10 to 15 minutes of the business case and try to do your best there. Finally, try to relax and be natural during the case interview. Next slide, please. Yeah, it's final slide. Thank you all for your attention. If you have any questions, I will be happy to answer them. Please do not hesitate and ask me.
We have a couple of questions sent in advance, but let's first see if there are any questions from the audience right here on the call.
Okay, let me be the first one to ask the question, please. So, Evgeny, you told much about the preparation and the structure of the case interview, but could you please explain a bit more on the structure that you have to show to the interviewer, like how to answer the question, like how to prepare how to prepare the correct structure, and what is really important in this process?
Yeah, let's divide it into 2 questions. First one is about how to prepare to perfect structure, yeah, and how to present it to the interviewer. Yeah, second question.
Yeah.
When we talk about preparation for your structure, I think you mean structure in the beginning of the case, yeah? So
yes,
opening
exactly.
structure, yeah. When we talk about this structure, it is crucial to be in 3 areas. First one, you need to check that your structure should be in MISI, mutually exclusive, collectively exhaustive. Second one, it's reliability. It means that your structure should answer the questions of the case. And last but not least, your structure should be deep enough in order to demonstrate that you understand case specific. What does it mean? It means that you should be on the level of revenue streams or specific costs only which is suitable in this particular case, in this particular situation. If we talk about preparation overall to the structure, you can do the following. You can split your preparation process into 2 phases, yeah. First, a theoretical phase, a second practical phase. theoretical phase, and it is about learning the general theory about construction frameworks, structure frameworks, yeah. And second one, it's practice without case partners. It is just practice with your regular tasks. For example, you have some task on your work when you should do something, maybe create some methodology or create some system, or maybe even a landing page. And in order to do that, firstly you should make some structure what exactly you should do in order to do that. For example, if we talk about methodology, yeah, you have a task which is constructing some methodology about something, whatever. You can split this task into 3 main steps. First step, it's collecting information which you needed in order to do that. Second, it's analysis of this information in order to make methodology out of it. And last but not least, it's implementation, yeah, create this methodology. And if you have some detailed more time, you can go deeper and split each of these huge part into its components. And it could be something in your personal life. For example, you should plan your vacation. So you have 3 big steps here as well. Firstly, it's finish all your work to the date when you want to go to vacation. Secondly, you should plan your vacation. And last but not least, you should go to vacation and implement this plan. Yeah. What about your second question about how to present it to interviewer? As I mentioned before, it should be in a structural way. Because it's the most suitable way to present your ideas clearly. What does it actually mean? It means that you should, when you present your framework, be structural and name the number of points on each level, and then name each of them and give it a number. And say this one, describe it, this one, second one, describe it, third one, describe it. For example, I'm going to present in this way right now. In order to understand why our profit fell, we should split our profit into 2 components. First one is revenue, second one is costs. If we talk about revenue, we can divide it into 3 components. First one is revenue stream number 1, second one revenue stream number 2, third one is revenue stream number 3. Yeah. Let's go to costs, and here we have 2 main points. First one is COGS, second one SG&A. So as you can see, I named the number of points at each level, and then give them a number and describe what actually it is. So something like that. Have I answered?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Hello, my name is Daniel. I would like to ask a question as well. Do you provide the services of coaching, and if so, how does it work? And I don't know if you can share, costs and everything.
Yeah, I provide this service. It's mine it's my main activity right now. So I am a consultant, career consultant, and I provide these services. I prepare people to case interview, to fit interview. I can, yeah, as you can see on the slide, I prepared more than 100 CVs and CAs, and I developed several separate courses for passing case interviews. I'm not sure that I can provide you price lists right now, but you can reach me through my contacts. I think after this presentation, my colleagues post my contacts here, LinkedIn and maybe YouTube. You can reach me through LinkedIn, whatever you want.
Perfect. Thank you.
We had two questions sent to us in advance. Both are kind of related to people who are interested in relocation. So first part of the question is about the language. People are asking like, okay, what if I don't speak the language of the country? Like, can I apply there? Like, will my work language be English? Or it's expected that I should know the local language of the country? And the second part of this question is about visa support, like if big three companies are providing like relocants with visa or like some packages. Do you have any information about this?
Yeah, let's start with first question. Here we have some specifics, and it depends on specific office in specific country. If we talk about Middle East, yeah, and especially Dubai, candidates should know only English, but it will be good if they will know they will know Arabic, yeah, but it is not necessary. If we talk about, for example, German office, you should know only English, and yeah. German will be your competitive advantage, but it is not necessary fact about you. So when you are going to send your CV and CL to some office in some country, firstly you should check is it necessary or not new specific language of this country. So right now, I know that a lot of country demand, I mean offices in a lot of country demand only English. So it's not a problem if you know only English. You have many options. And when we talk about your second question, yeah, about visa, yeah, some companies can provide you visa, working visa, yeah. Some can't. And in this situation, you should think about it by yourself. But if we talk about Big Three, usually they provide you working visa. I know that, for example, McKinsey provides working visa. BCG, yeah, in some cases. Bain, yeah, I think so. And it is more appropriate, I mean, working visa from your future employer when we talk about US. If we talk about Middle East and other countries nearby, it's not a point. Yeah, they provide you working visa. It's not a problem for them. It's more problem for European Union, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you for your answer. Maybe to summarize, so if an applicant, for example, don't have an office in their own country, which country would you recommend for them to apply? That's the main kind of highest chances to get in.
Yeah, I understand. Um, it depends on country where country about we are talking right now. Yes, it depends on that. But if we talk about the highest demand on consulting right now, it's the Middle East. Yeah, it's the Middle East, but because of that and because of some problems with consulting in European Union and economy overall in European Union, unfortunately, we have some problems. Maybe you have heard about McKinsey office in London, yeah. So because of that, these people went to Middle East, and we have not only high demand on consulting in Middle East, but also high supply. So it's a high level of competition there, but you have your how can I say it? You have your chances to get job there if you prepare right, if your preparation is right. Yeah, as I have said before, the main way to prepare effectively is preparing with career consultant, case coach, and so on.
Yes, thank you for your answer. I actually have one question which has been bothering me for a while. So the way I understand that people trying to get into consulting, they would apply to like all top 3 companies, maybe some other companies as well. How to answer the why question when they ask you why you apply to this particular company, like why Bain, why BCG? Because me as an applicant, I like apply to all of them and I'm trying like to get into any of them or like trying to get a couple of offers and compare them. How to justify, like how to differentiate between these companies and how to kind of answer this question correctly.
You know, we talk about these 3 companies as a big 3, but actually there are really different between each other, and you can find the specific facts about each of them. And for me, for my students as well, it is not a problem to find a specific reasons why actually McKinsey, why actually Bain, why actually BCG, because all of them has specific facts about themselves. And you should just be motivated about these facts. It is not enough just to say I want to McKinsey because this is the biggest company, consulting company in the world. This is the first consulting company in the world, and something like that. Because after that, interviewer will ask you, so what? So this is the biggest company in the world, is a consulting company in the world. This is the first consulting company in the world, and what it means for you actually. So when we talk about why question, question why this specific company, we should construct our answers using 2 points. First point, it's a specific fact about this company, and second point, it's your motivation. Why actually you, specifically you, want to work on this company because of this reason. For example, McKinsey is the first consulting company, so it is really important for me because I want to be in the company where the biggest knowledge base. So in the first company, it is Obvivius, will be the biggest knowledge base about consulting. So something like that.
Okay, thank you. Do you have more questions from the audience, please?
I have one more question, please. When you were describing the fit interview, you mentioned that you teach people how to start talking or like how to break the ice with the interviewer. Maybe you can give a couple of hints, like how to click or like how to match to the interviewer, like how to break the ice.
Yeah, as I have mentioned before, it is crucial to be relaxed and natural. So if you talk with interviewer in your natural form, I mean, and he can see that you are relaxed and behave natural, it is more appropriate for good conversation. And you can show that you are just a normal person, not a regular or ordinary one, and you can speak with him freely. So I think that in this moment, interviewer could be in the stress because consulting is a really stressful environment, and you can be some source of claim maybe for him in this particular situation. And actually you can along with be natural and be relaxed, you can ask him some questions about his opinion about some things in company, and try to receive some mentor session from him. For example, you can ask him about his opinion, what should you do in order to receive as much as possible practice in some industry. For example, you want to have more projects in FMCG, and you have to be, and you want to be an expert in this field. And in order to do so, what should you do when you're choosing projects in company? So how you should do that? And answering to this question, interviewer can make some mentor session for you. And you know, all interviewers actually want to be a mentor in consulting. I mean, because it's all about sharing knowledge, yeah, between colleagues, between teammates, and so on, maybe between other peoples outside of this particular company. So it will be good if you answer these questions. Have I?
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you everyone. If you don't have any questions, then you can find Evgeny on LinkedIn using his name. And as mentioned, after the webinar, we will share the recording and all the contact information using the emails. Thank you, Evgeny, for joining us today. It was really informative session. Thank you for answering our questions.
Thank you.
And I wish everyone a good day.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.